Okay, so welcome to Making Dollars from Scents. What we'll be doing tonight is we'll be exploring the Scentsy business opportunity. So thank you to everyone who has brought excited friends and family along to learn more about the Scentsy business opportunity. That's what we'll be going over. I'd like to start with a little bit about who I am. My name's Christie Macpherson. You can call me C-Mac, you can call me Mate, just don't call me late for dinner. And I am a married mother of 4 and I live in country Victoria. To give you a bit of perspective, I live in a town that doesn't have a pub. That usually gives people an idea of the tiny community that I'm a part of. No pub in Australia tends to mean that you are in the middle of nowhere. I'm also a superstar director of Scentsy team Graceful Ascent. So you'll hear me refer to Graceful Ascent throughout the webinar. That is our Scentsy family, and I'm extremely proud to work with all of these guys from all around the world. I am a Shining Star Award winner, and that's the picture that you can see there. That's myself in the middle with Heidi and Orville Thompson, the president and CEO of Scentsy. The Shining Star is an annual award that is awarded to one Scentsy consultant in each region. So currently we have 3 regions in Scentsy, but one per region who exemplifies Scentsy's values. So I was extremely proud, and it's also peer nominated. I was extremely proud to receive that award. I'm also a multiple Scentsy award winner and incentive trip earner, and I was part of the top 100 global consultants of 2017 who earned a trip for 2, all expenses, to Africa, which was just a phenomenal experience. So that's a little bit about who I am right now. I'd also like to share with you who I was prior to joining Scentsy. You can see this photo is a little bit different. Got the messy mum hair, the big smile's still there, but this was very much who I was before I joined Scentsy. I'm still a mum, obviously, but back in the days prior to becoming an independent Scentsy consultant, most people actually called me mum. Not just my 4 children, but also, or 3 and 1 on the way at that point, but I was Kiara's mum. I was the mum from playgroup, the mum from kinder, the mum friend, etc. That was a huge part of my identity and how I presented to other people. At the time, back in 2013, I was a married, pregnant mother of 3 and still living in country Victoria. I was, I won't say executing because I probably wasn't doing that great of a job of it, but I was doing full-time home duties, and just between you, me and everyone else in Australia and New Zealand, I absolutely suck at housework, and I might have been nailing the mum gig, but the housewife bit I probably wasn't too flash at. I was also a severe anxiety sufferer. I still am an anxiety sufferer. However, the level at which my anxiety affects my daily life is absolutely nothing in comparison to where I was at that point in time. In fact, if you knew me back then versus knowing me now, you would say that I'm virtually unrecognisable to the person that I was prior to joining Scentsy. I had extremely low self-worth and I had very little self-esteem at that point. You and Scentsy equals awesome. You can go as mild or as wild as you'd like with Scentsy. You are completely in control. That is the fantastic thing about being an entrepreneur, about being a business owner. You literally drive the bus every day. That is possibly my favorite part about being a Scentsy consultant, is I call my own shots. I work when, how, and as often as I would like. Many of our current consultants, myself included, saw value in the Scentsy Starter Kit, firstly. And secondly, the discount on Scentsy products in the form of a commission. And that's totally okay. Not everyone comes into Scentsy with great big goals and wanting to take on the world. If you do want to do that, I'll absolutely tell you that that is completely achievable with Scentsy. But if you're the kind of person that just sees a high value starter kit and a commission discount as something that's completely appealing, then just know that you are in the majority of people when they first experience a Scentsy business opportunity. A love for the Scentsy product range often does come first, but what you do after that kit arrives is really where the magic happens. I want to share something personal with you about when I received my kit. At that stage, I think there was, can't remember if it was 80 or 85 scent testers that I received as part of my kit, and it was like Christmas, you know, opening up and going through everything. But the first thing I did was I opened my kit and I went through all the testers that you get to demonstrate the Scentsy products. Smelled them all, loved them all, texted my sister and I said, I can't believe it. I just joined this company and I went through all their fragrances and I didn't hate a single one of them. And she just laughed because she knows what a fusspot that I am in regards to a lot of things. And she said, I probably wouldn't mention that as a business testimonial. So I tend to agree with her there, but it really does show just how appealing Scentsy is to really everyone. That I could find a little magic in every single fragrance in the range, even before I became emotionally invested in the company like I am now. What's in the starter kit? Consultant starter kits vary from region to region, and they also depend on the season that we're in. They are always heavily subsidised, so consider this the first major investment made in your Scentsy success. The kit cost varies depending on where you are and what time of year it is and what promotions we have going on. And I really want to make this as generic as possible, but just know that you are always getting a tremendous bargain when it comes to the amount of usable product that you get in your kit, as well as the business resources that are absolutely handpicked to make sure that you can kick off your business in whatever capacity that you want with extreme style. And plus, all new consultants receive a consultant website with shopping functionality free for their first 3 months. And I was really impressed by this. I knew other small business owners and I just sort of asked around to find out what they were paying for their shopping cart functionality on their websites. And it's a hefty fee. And they're still handling all the back end stuff. Whereas with Scentsy, someone shops online, Scentsy takes care of the rest and you reap the same rewards and the same commission that you would in any other method of selling Scentsy. Who are Graceful Ascent? So I mentioned this a little bit at the top of the call. Graceful Ascent is a global Scentsy family who make up on average 10% of Scentsy's consultant population in Australia and New Zealand. So when I mentioned those regions before, Australia and New Zealand are known as Region 3 in Scentsy. So we fluctuate along with the numbers that fluctuate in the region, but on average we've always represented around about 10% or more of Scentsy consultants within Australia and New Zealand, which is pretty cool because if you go to a Scentsy event, then statistically 1 in 10 people that you smile at and you know pass in between the trainings, it's very likely that they're related to you in terms of Scentsy family. We offer around-the-clock support via exclusive online training spaces that you'll have access to. Celebrating success of all types is a strong part of our community culture. I have never experienced a group of people, particularly as we're largely made up by women, and I've never experienced a group of people that are so supportive, so excited for anything that you do and you achieve in your Scentsy business. This is not like a traditional career, whereas if you're doing really well, you're probably threatening someone else's position. It's truly what you make of it. However, it just generates a huge amount of excitement when you're doing well. And that may be you're doing well on paper, or that may be you're doing well in overcoming a personal fear. I'd also like to share with you, just before I joined Scentsy, in relation to my anxiety, I quite literally couldn't drive. I live in between Geelong and Ballarat. I couldn't drive to Melbourne or even the suburbs of Melbourne without having a complete panic attack and turning around and coming home. In fact, at that time in my life, if I got invited somewhere that I had never been to before and I had to drive myself or my children there, I would make an excuse and I would politely decline, never letting on the reason was that I physically wasn't capable of driving there without a major meltdown. Scentsy has empowered me a lot in that regard. And I'm proud to say now that not only have I driven in Melbourne, I've also driven in Auckland. I now jump in the car and head off, put my Scentsy hat on and metaphorically, and head off to Scentsy parties anywhere, anytime, propelled purely by love and excitement for the business. We catch up online and in person regularly. So it doesn't matter where you are in Australia or New Zealand or anywhere in the world, we can catch up with you and we can connect with you and train and support you in whatever methodology that you feel is most beneficial to you. Being our best and beating our personal best is our ongoing goal. So obviously we want to have everyone striving to be their best version of self, because that's kind of the end goal for life, isn't it? You know, just trying to do your very best. And your very best is celebrated exactly as enthusiastically as anyone who is topping any kind of performance metric in Scentsy. So your very best and getting outside of your own comfort zone is something that we cheer and applaud on a regular basis. Personal growth as well as professional growth within our Scentsy family is readily available to all members of our teams. So it doesn't matter where you end up in our Scentsy family, you will have access to my guidance, you'll have access to support and guidance from all the other leaders within our Scentsy family, from me down, from me up. We're all invested in you meeting the challenges that you set and meeting the goals that you set for your business. And fun, fragrance, friends and family are our core values. We are very much a Scentsy family. I know it sounds cheesy. It probably would have if I was rewinding myself back now and listening to this presentation. I'd probably think, yeah, sure, you know, family. Until you experience what it is like to be a part of something so amazing and so integrated, it does seem a little bit too good to be true. But trust me, it's very real, and it's very much our day-to-day existence as a part of Graceful Ascent. Show me the money. This will appeal to the stats nerds, often not to gender stereotype, but often the hubbies are most interested in the kind of money that is involved within Scentsy and the kind of business potential that is available. Excuse me, I'll just move this so I can see my screen in entirety. So 2014, we did $1.1 million in retail Scentsy sales within Graceful Ascent. $250,000 plus were paid in consultant commissions. So if you are doubtful of the business opportunity, that statistic should cheer you up immensely. Even more so, 2015, we did $1.6 million in retail Scentsy sales within Graceful Ascent and had $365,000 plus paid in consultant commissions. And by the time we moved into 2016, we had our best single sales month on record for Graceful Ascent. This was November of 2016. We did over $483,000 in retail Scentsy sales during that month, and over $110,000 were paid in consultant commissions. So if you are concerned about the viability of the product, the viability of the business, if anyone has sort of made you feel a little unsure about the kind of potential that we're offering here, I will tell you that your results are very much based on your effort. But as far as the business potential and the potential to sell consumable products that people love, it is absolutely there, and it's ripe for the taking. I do have to mention that individual consultant experiences and income levels vary based on sales and sponsoring efforts and may not be typical. These are our stats. They're real life, they're real time. I've done the math myself. And your level of success depends on your motivation and desire. If you'd like to view an income disclosure statement, that's available on Scentsy.com, and you can go through all the legalities there to your heart's content. Here's a little bit about the compensation plan. I don't want you to get caught up in this. I just wanted to mention it briefly as part of the presentation because the Scentsy compensation plan acts as a framework to guide us through our Scentsy journey. It's very clear, it's very comprehensive. There's no switcho, changeo. It is simply what you put in and what you bring into the business is what you get out the other end in terms of compensation, which for us is commissions. Everybody starts their Scentsy career as an essential consultant, so you needn't look at someone who is at the pinnacle of their Scentsy career anywhere in the world and think that this isn't achievable for you, because everybody started exactly where you are now. Everybody started considering the business opportunity and wondering if it might be something they might be good at and might be good for their family. They started on day dot as an essential consultant, just like you will. Once you reach certified consultant, which is 1,000 plus PRV, which stands for personal retail volume, that's our global point system that we use to fairly record our sales volumes. You remain at that level for life. So once you reach certified consultant, your personal commissions are locked in at 25%, no matter what you do from that point forward. But wherever you are, it's simplest just to focus on the next step up and work with your sponsor or director on what to do to obtain your next promotion. So don't get overwhelmed about all the things that happen between being an essential consultant to being a superstar director. Work on, when you come into the business, we have spectacular fast start awards that are available. My personal view is never leave an award, or a reward on the table. So we have fast start awards known as the Shooting Star Award. We have a sensational start We have an annual incentive trip. The offers that are there to excite you and to ignite that passion within you, they keep on coming, and they keep on coming year after year. And all you need to do is focus on the next one, and they will provide you with the framework along with the compensation plan to get wherever you want to go and as big as you want to dream as an independent Scentsy consultant. How can I make this work? I can hear you. This sounds great, Christie, but I really want to know how I can make this work for me. Well, I'm here to tell you that Scentsy is your business, and you can absolutely rock it your own way. Authenticity is a core company value for Scentsy, and we want you to do you. We want you to feel comfortable. We don't want you pretending to be something that you're not, or fitting into a cookie cutter mold of what may or may not be the ideal Scentsy consultant. You rock it your way. It's your business, and how you run it is by and large up to you. There's a multitude of options when it comes to sharing the Scentsy love, and although you don't have to do parties, you absolutely don't have to do anything, they're generally regarded as the easiest way to get the best results for you and help you attain your goals in Scentsy. So I just want to go over a couple of them with you. We have the classic party. So share the Scentsy love in person, be at home, coffee shop, staff room, play group, swimming pool, wherever it is that you hang out. How you bring the Scentsy to the people is only limited by your imagination. And we've got plenty of flexible options that help you share the Scentsy products with people. And once you get them under people's noses, I guarantee you the smelling does the selling. You don't need to convince anyone to like Scentsy products. All you need to do is get them under people's faces, and the Scentsy magic happens after that. We also have a basket or bag party option. So you'll hear me go over this probably a little more shortly, but you just assemble a simple party on the go and send your host off to do the rest. What could be easier than that? So off they pop. They want their host rewards. They scoot off and show all their friends and fam. You collect the basket, or they bring it back to you, or the bag, and you process the orders and go from there. So that's pretty flexible. We also have online party options. We have access to high-tech tools. Scentsy are coming out with new and more cutting-edge technology for us to embrace the social and digital revolution all the time, and they will help you reach friends and customers near and far and increase your sales. So there's plenty of flexible options. As I said, you can truly rock it your own way, and you can fit it in any way, anytime, anyhow that suits you. Okay, I'd love to, but everyone has these feelings. If you have any of these feelings or more, I want you to know that you're completely normal. It's quite rare that someone is looking into the Scentsy business opportunity and they go, what the hell, man, I'm jumping in. Don't worry about telling me about the details. Let's just do this. It does happen, but it's not the most common thing. So if you are nervous, just know that nerves are a normal thing and a great thing, and we channel nerves into excitement. So don't be scared if that's the way that you're feeling. So here's a few common things that people worry about. I just want to take a few seconds to go over with you and hopefully speak to the kinds of concerns that you have. But if there's something that I've overlooked, then I'm happy to discuss it with you at the end of the call, or you can talk to me anytime about any problems that you feel that you're facing between now and joining Scentsy. So the first one, I don't have time, or I'm too busy. I want to let you know that Scentsy is the ultimate strategy in terms of work-life balance. Many consultants work their business in as little as 15 to 30 minutes a day. We'll show you how to work smarter within your own circumstances. And I have 4 small children who are extremely busy. I now have 2 school-age children, and one in kinder and one in 3-year-old kinder. So one in 4-year-old kinder, one in 3-year-old kinder. I know what it's like to be toing and froing everywhere, managing other responsibilities and social commitments and sporting commitments, etc. I can show you how to run a Scentsy business in the time that it probably takes you to hide in the toilet and get a few minutes to yourself. I can promise you that. So everyone has the time. It's just a matter of learning how to work smarter rather than harder, and fit it in around your own life. I don't know enough people. This is actually a really good thing. I know you probably don't believe me right at this point, but let me share with you why. Having a small social circle is a huge benefit in Scentsy. It allows us to connect with something larger than ourselves, meet people, feel a part of something. It's a basic human need to feel connected. We're basically herd animals at heart, so we can connect with people and get to know people and feel a part of something important and larger than ourselves. And also teaches us how to encourage the people that we do know to introduce us to their networks via their love of Scentsy products. So it's absolutely a win for everyone. You do know enough people. If you have social media at all, then go have a look at your friends list. I'm going to just hazard a guess that you'll have more than 10 people on there. I'm pretty sure my dad, who was one of the last people in Australia to get a smartphone, I'm fairly certain, he had a Facebook account for a while. He at least had 100 friends. So I would say that anyone confidently knows enough people to start a Scentsy business, and we will support you through extending your network and using the power of Scentsy products to open those networks in a non-obtrusive and very achievable way. I'm shy, or I suffer from anxiety. Trust me, no one understands this fear more than I do. Being an independent Scentsy consultant slowly guided me out of my own self-imposed prison and furnished me with life skills and confidence. Now, I don't want to say that my life was a mess before I joined Scentsy, or that I hated my life or anything. That's completely not true. But I did live a very insular life, because the kind of things that I found extremely overwhelming kept me in a holding pattern of largely staying at home unless I was taking my children somewhere. And even then, I wasn't particularly empowered to do it outside of my own local area. So I understand if certain things seem incredibly overwhelming for you. I understand that quote unquote normal people may not understand your feelings around the matter, but we absolutely do. We like to joke around, completely tongue-in-cheek, that we are a mental health mixed bag. So if you're painfully shy, or you have any kind of anxiety or depression or anything like that, you can know that you are in the company of other people who do understand, because they've been where you are, and they've found that Scentsy has improved their quality of life in more ways than they can probably convey, myself included. I think I would be a better customer or host. So we usually find our supporters who feel this way are motivated by helping us out. So if you're one of those people, I'd firstly like to thank you. Secondly, I'd just like to educate you on the fact that you'll not take from us in joining our team, and we wouldn't ask you if we didn't hope that you would say yes. So if you'd like to support us, and you'd also like to have a bit of fun, and you'd like to support your own needs and your own family needs, then please understand that you are doing all of those things and more by becoming a consultant. You are not taking anything from us if you are supporting us right now as a customer or a host. I can't afford it. So let's talk about scheduling your party to flip. And this is industry terminology, so I understand if you're not quite sure what flipping a party means, or you think it might sound a bit dangerous or messy. What that is you hold a party, and we basically gift you the party, including the commissions and the rewards at the end in return for joining our team. We can schedule that for you at the end of a month. We get paid on or around the 10th of each month, and the distance between the end of the calendar month and that next payday will make it nice and short for you, so you can work on getting yourself repaid in commissions as little as 2 weeks later. Many times people flip parties that are of a significant size, and they're actually back in front basically before they even leave the house. So it's a win-win for everyone, and we're most happy to do that for you. I don't need the extra money. Believe it or not, I have actually spoke with people before who just are at a point in their financial security where they don't really need an extra income coming in, and that's totally fine. I personally am not one of those people, so I don't know about you, but everyone does Scentsy for their own reasons, and not always is it about bringing in an income. And I just wanted to let you know that operating a small business may allow you to claim business expenses against your own or your family's taxable income. So the kind of things that you're paying for already. Myself, for example, phone, internet, car expenses, et cetera, they all become business expenses as a part of being an independent Scentsy consultant. So you're obviously best to chat with your tax agent or your accountant about that. But it's just an option if you're not particularly motivated by the income. Just love the products and, do Scentsy your way and benefit financially in a different way that most other people are. That's totally fine. I can't drive, or I don't have a car. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. There is no doubt that this creates an element of challenge for almost any career, unless you live in a CBD that there's spectacular public transport, in which case, awesome. However, that would be a challenge for most people. So you can consider the potential to run your Scentsy business online via basket parties that we mentioned earlier, and even via the mail. We do a thing called pouch parties where we send stuff out via the mail. The host returns it. We process the orders. It's like a mail version of a basket party or a bag party. You can also have regular open homes and invite your customers to come to you if that's more convenient for you. Lots of people love the stop and shop kind of aspect. You can totally do that. They just come, they browse, they place their orders, they go. It's completely flexible, and we can work on a strategy that will suit you and your circumstances. I'm a primary carer for children or a family member. So unlike a regular job, you can rock Scentsy your way around your current commitments. Most people in our Scentsy family cite Scentsy as their me time. It's their me time that just happens to generate them some play money at the same time. And you absolutely deserve this. I know what it's like when you're a carer. In my instance, it's of children. And you get so used to putting yourself last that you forget that you actually deserve things for yourself. And when you do those things, those self-care activities, doing something that you love, something that you enjoy, you become a much better carer for the people that you love. You top up your own cup in order to fill theirs. I'm not social media savvy. Don't panic. We're here to help. I'm a huge social media nerd. So if you want to learn more about social media and you're prepared to listen to me geek on, then let's have at it. But even if you do decide that social media is not for you, there's absolutely a world of opportunity for you in Scentsy as a traditional party plan. You can run this gig as successfully as you like without ever touching a social media outlet. I can assure you of that. I'm worried about pestering family and friends. We are too. No one wants to feel like a stereotypical used car salesman. So we'll guide you through introducing Scentsy products to people that love them, not converting every person you bump into. Not everyone has to be your customer. Not everyone has to be your host. Not everyone has to join your team. All you need to do is speak with the people who are potentially interested in Scentsy and let them decide the rest. There is no sneaky, salesy concerns that you're ever going to have to face. When I say that the Scentsy really does execute its own form of magic, the smelling does the selling. If you were to arm yourself with products that you love when you leave the house, or even mention the products that you love to your friends and family, then that will be as much as you will need to communicate. You won't need to hound anyone to love this stuff or buy this stuff. There are lots of consultants in my area. Scentsy's been in operation since 2003 globally, founded in America, and it has not reached market saturation point anywhere in the world, including where Scentsy is, where their home office is, in Boise, in Idaho. There are consultants thick on the ground there, and I can tell you that there are more customers than each consultant could possibly service, and we are nowhere near in Australia, New Zealand, or any of the other countries that Scentsy operate in. We are nowhere near a saturation point. You will never have to worry that there's a scarcity of people that you can communicate with, or people that will be interested in what you're trying to talk to them about. And also, it's important to note that 80% of the work in any direct sales company is done by 20% of the people. So there's more than enough room for you to shine, I can assure you. I'm not sure anyone would buy from me. I understand this one. I sort of, as I said, I didn't start out Scentsy with any grand plans. I thought my mother-in-law and myself and possibly a handful of other people would be interested in purchasing. But once you become a touch point for Scentsy and you're visibly a consultant and you're an active consultant, then you'll shock yourself, because people will contact you. You'll become their go-to person, and people that you probably weren't necessarily the greatest friends with or in the greatest contact with, Scentsy will be a bonding point for you, and you'll move forward from there. But what if I fall? Oh, my darling, what if you fly? I love that quote. And this resonates with me because a lot of people that are considering Scentsy, they're worried that they're going to fail. You know, there's no failure in Scentsy. If you were to become a consultant, do it for a short period of time and move on, no one is going to, plaster your face up on a billboard and say, I don't know, I always choose S names, so sorry if there's any Sallys on the call, but Sally joined Scentsy and did it for 6 months and she doesn't do it anymore. Honestly, if you started and then ceased for whatever reason, no one will care 5 minutes down the track when it comes to your family and friends. Obviously, we'll miss you, but no one is going to give you a hard time. And what you miss out on by not giving it a go is far worse than the feeling that maybe it doesn't pan out for you. I can assure you of that. So Scentsy are an amazing company to work with. We are an amazing team to be a part of. I'm not shy in coming forward to say that to you. So give it a go and see where it takes you, because the potential for your success is just, it's immeasurable versus the capacity for whatever failure that you're concerned about. So give it a go. And how to get started, because I'm sure that you're all super pumped right now and you're like, okay, this all makes sense, no pun intended. What do I do? So firstly, connect with the member of Graceful Ascent that introduced you to this webinar opportunity. This webinar is also going to be recorded. So if you're watching a recording, if someone sent you this, that's the person that you reconnect with, and they will take you through the following steps. They'll provide you with their own personal join URL, which is a website link that ensures you're correctly allocated to them as your sponsor. So follow the link that they give you. Number 3, access your tax file number or IRD number if you're in New Zealand. You are not required to have an ABN to become an independent Scentsy consultant. Just your tax file number is fine. That's basically to confirm that you are a unique, real, legitimate human being. So that's nothing scary or intimidating. It's to make sure that you're a person, basically. And that stems from using a social security number in the States to do the same thing, which is to identify you as a human being. Number 4, jump online with your credit card or debit card. If you don't have a credit card or debit card, that's fine. You can get load and go cards that are available at many supermarkets and most post offices. And the benefit to getting a load and go card versus getting a like a gift card kind of Visa, which are available everywhere, is that you can actually put customers' funds. You may strike customers that don't have a credit card either, or would prefer to pay you in cash. You can put customers' funds back on this card and you can process their orders from there. So it's super simple and you'll get use out of it. And they're not expensive and they're not hard to obtain. Number 5, order your Scentsy starter kit. Woohoo! This is so much fun. You'll be stalking the postie, I promise you. And there are no catches in the Scentsy starter kit cost, regardless of what you do or don't do as a consultant. So there's no starter party requirement. There's no hidden catches, like if you don't do X, Y, Z and pay at a blue moon that the starter kit's going to triple in cost or anything like that. It is what it is. You order your starter kit, that's your collateral, and that's all you pay for it, and anything after that is up to you. So it's as simple as that. 5 steps. All right, and here we are. I appreciate your time, and we are at the end, so I'd love to field any questions that you may have. I'm going to check the chat box right now and just see what you have been talking about with me. Just one sec. Seems like there we are. Oops. Technology. Okay. All right. Yep. Jenny, one of our current Scentsy family, saying how much she loves being a part of it all. Looks like she had a little bit of trouble with website connection. Caroline says Scentsys let me sleep at night. And look, I don't want to get into people's personal circumstances, but if you have a pain point in your life, whether it be financial, whether it be social, or anything, then that will be the hugest driver, and you will go on to do amazing things with your business, because as human beings, we don't like to be in a position of pain. We move away from pain, and Scentsy can be a vehicle to do that 100 times out of 100. Okay, Cheryl, I was filled with anxiety when I joined, and Scentsy's turned my life around and made me more confident and able to step out of my comfort zone. I've been able to give my family more since joining 3.5 years ago, and I'm thankful. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that, Cheryl. And Renee Taylor says, everyone loves the income. I know I do. Bring on payday. Yes, absolutely. I'm not shy in saying that once I did realize the income potential as part of being a Scentsy consultant, other than the fact I just love the products, and I love the fact that I can get them at a discount via my commissions. I'm not backwards in coming forwards and saying that the income has done tremendous things for myself and for my family. And if you're just tuning in now, just anytime we mention income, I really do have to let you know this, that if you would like an income disclosure statement, it's available on Scentsy.com. But everyone's income level varies, and it is relative to the amount of effort that you put into your Scentsy business. And Corinne, can't wait to start and do my first party with Renee. Absolutely. No, I'm so pleased. I'm mindful of the time. I'll just check it. Yep, we've just gone over the half an hour, which is perfect. If there's anything else that you want to know, then feel free to type up a quick question. Give you about 60 seconds to do that, and we can discuss that there. Other than that, I will sign off and thank you for your time, and I look forward to welcoming you as part of our Scentsy family. Oops. My little box has disappeared. There it is. Just checking that we haven't got any Q&A going in another window. No problems. So once again, appreciate your time. Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit about my Scentsy story and who I was and who I am as a part of Scentsy. And if you'd like any further information, connect with the person that introduced you to this call or with myself. You can find me at scents.christie.com. So it's sense with CHRISTIE.com, and you can message me via there, and we'll discuss it further. So thanks everyone. Have a great one.